Hello and welcome to this Bespoke Leaders Insights video. My name is Philip Anderson, and today I'd like to share with you some content from the Bespoke Leadership Development Program, a program designed to help people maximize their leadership potential. And today I'm going to share with you some content that comes from the Leading of the Future component within that program. In particular, it's a diagnostic model or a tool and a framework that we can use to help us think about the challenges that we're faced with or could be faced with when developing leadership potential. So we'll watch the video now, and then I'll share with you some additional insights around the content afterwards. Here's the video. So let's break down each individual acronym component of VUCA. V stands for volatility. Volatility is all about rapid speed or pace of challenge and change, and likewise the scale or the volume of it. So when we find ourselves in volatile situations, things need to get done either really quickly or they involve large volume. As a leader, when we find ourselves in volatile situations, we might shrug our shoulders and go, really? As a leader, sometimes in volatile situations, we feel overloaded. U stands for uncertainty. In an uncertain situation, we're having to make decisions or choices without all of the pieces of information. So we're having to make choices without having all of the information available to us. When we're a leader and we think of an uncertain situation, we may scratch our heads and go, I'm not really sure what next. In uncertainty, we can have the lack of understanding. When we think about C and when we talk about complexity in the VUCA acronym, this is all about the many interconnected moving parts that can exist within a system or challenge or an environment. And all of those moving interconnections can have some influence and some impact on each other. When we find ourselves in complex situations, we can go, I'm just not sure what to do in this one. Here, we're starting to feel like there is a lack of real clarity in what we need to do. And we can feel a little bit overwhelmed. Finally, the A of our acronym, which is standing for ambiguity. Now, ambiguity sounds and feels almost a little bit similar to uncertainty. However, in an ambiguous situation, the cause and the effect relationships simply do not exist. So that means we can't with any real certainty know what will be the outcome of the decisions and the choices that we make. When we find ourselves in ambiguous situations as a leader, we can feel a sense of being lost. Now, as you can see, every element of the VUCA acronym represents something that is slightly unique and different. So volatility is actually very different from complexity. Once we start to understand and acknowledge the unique differences, we can then start to reflect on what strategy or approach we take to managing it. What I want you to do now is I want you to think about some of your key challenges or key projects and goals that you have coming up or even have recently completed. Think about those key challenges and start to identify do they involve volatility? Were they around uncertainty? Was there complexity involved? Or was there a degree of ambiguity? What you might find is there was a combination of some of them, or it might just relate to one. Do this exercise now so that you can reflect on your challenges and how they relate to the VUCA acronym. So there you have it, the VUCA model. Now the VUCA model is a really powerful tool for helping leaders to diagnose and to think about the nature of the challenges that they're faced with. Just being able to identify a challenge is one part. The real secret is then to be able to identify its nature. What are the characteristics? And the reason that's so powerful is that if you can do that effectively, you're then more empowered to choose the right course of action, the right behaviors or choices or decisions that are going to get you to the outcomes that you wish. I hope that this video around the VUCA has helped you think about your leadership potential. And remember, this is a part 1 in a 2-part series. So the next video after this is going to be around the VUCA Prime. And this will help you think about what's the right action relative to each of the VUCA elements. I look forward to working with you again soon and hope you're on the path to achieving the results and outcomes that you're striving for.